Hello, I believe we are live. Welcome to another Rich Alvarez live stream. As you can tell by the simple setup, we are doing another chat stream that we are now affectionately calling Just Chatting with Rich and Chris. Because we do so many of these, and we in the past we've been like, it's like a Q&A or whatever. Or sometimes it's just Chris and I feeling guilty we haven't done a stream in a long time, and so we just talk to you. But this is actually a lot of fun. We like doing this sort of thing. So we're going to be doing this sort of thing more often. And we've decided to call it Just Chatting with Rich and Chris. And we'll be doing this once or four times a month. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Anyways, and we weren't sure how much you guys were going to be chatterboxy today. So Chris prepared a series of questions for us. It's so convenient that it's the end of the year because Chris, to let everybody know what we're going to be kind of tentatively talking about today.
Yeah, well, great intro, Rich. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Great to see a bunch of familiar faces over here. So since it's the end of the year, I was thinking we could do a just chatting, which, by the way, I totally didn't steal from Twitch. Just chatting about 2021 in general, looking back at some of the interesting things that came out this year, just kind of our thoughts and reflections on the year. Probably a good chunk of this will be focusing, of course, on the video games that came out this year. But I figured we're going to keep this pretty casual. Obviously, a good part of this is going to be you guys too. So if you have anything you want to chime in, any questions you want to ask us, really, you can ask us pretty much anything. We're happy to go off topic. We're keeping it pretty loosey-goosey on the topic.
Loosey-goosey, but keeping it real.
And by the way, be sure to give this video a like if you haven't already, because we all know that the YouTube algorithm likes. So, anywho, welcome everybody. I see the stream elements bot is actually working too. That's cool. So yeah, we got a new chat bot. So if you type in like certain things, like if you type in ! Like, it should like do stuff. Yeah, like and subscribe.
I just did ! Subscribe.
There's a few other like hidden things in there. Like if you type in ! Blooper, it should do stuff too. So anyway,
such as this.
To I guess to get this kicked off interestingly, Rich, what were some interesting video games that came out this year that you enjoyed? I have a few in mind if you would like me to start.
Well, going off of the ones that we did streams on as well, there of course was the new Pokemon Snap, which was good. It didn't quite, I'll admit, it didn't quite hit the nostalgia factor the way that I wanted it to, because I don't know, I played an awful lot of the original Nintendo 64 game, and I don't know, maybe it was just the childhood at that time. Pokemon Snap was good. The new Pokemon Snap, not a bad game, just didn't quite hit me in the feels in that way. I know you played some Halo Infinite, right?
Like, well, before we jump to the next game, I actually wanted to talk about Pokemon Snap. That's so interesting that you said that, because I remember Pokemon Snap on the 64, I was probably entertained with that game for like a good year. Like, it was just one of those games that kept on being fun. But new Pokemon Snap on the Switch, I think I got bored of it after a week. I had a little bit of fun trying to post stuff on social media to like farm like the likes or whatever, because they had like a pseudo Instagram like page, and that was kind of fun, trying to think of like clever memes to farm like whatever the likes or the awards or whatever. But yeah, like, I don't know, maybe it's because I've gotten older and like I've just gotten jaded, or maybe it's because a lot of the games that are out these days have some kind of an online player, like multiplayer aspect or a battle royale aspect that keeps it like fresh and interesting. But yeah, new Pokemon Snap was fun, but after a week, I kind of forgot about it. In fact, I haven't thought about it until I looked and I saw the list of games that came out this year. So,
got some peeps in here. Dante says, I forgot to play Pokemon Snap. Well, it still exists. You can still play it. Chris, do you think that 2021 is better than 2020?
Man, that is a tough question, because 2021 just kind of felt like a continuation of 2020. But you know what? I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say overall it was better, because 2020 kind of caught us off guard. But 2021, I feel like, we kind of knew what to expect, and I'll leave it at that.
Xanobrow really wants to say, what's up?
So, anyway, there we go. Nacho Taco said, something happened to good video games. I don't know why, but they're all really lame. I don't know who came up with that, but
they're all really lame.
Anyway, that's I figured that's good for Pokemon Snap. So yeah, did you want to talk about Halo Infinite next?
I mean, I haven't played it, so no, but I know that you did, and I mean that's all there is to say about it.
So
I don't.
I'll
Not every game has to be a 5-minute discussion, Chris. By the way, just say you played it,
we're
you
gonna
liked
run out
it,
of stuff to
and then
talk
we can
about if
move
we don't.
on.
Yeah. Well, okay. I'll make my thoughts on Halo Infinite really quick. I've been watching a lot of reviews. There's a YouTuber called the Act Man that did a pretty good job talking about this Halo, and the premise is that it's the closest to Halo 3 that we've had in a long time. Halo 3 is my favorite Halo. The multiplayer is incredibly fun. A bunch of streamers have been complaining and saying that they want a battle royale mode in Halo. So who knows if 343 is going to do that? I think that would actually be really fun if they added Battle Royale. I just think they should wait a bit so that people can play like the normal multiplayer first. But yeah, so far it's fun. I haven't played it for a little bit, but I think it's a good game. I think you would like it quite a bit, Rich.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll get around to it eventually. Apparently, so at Rich Alvarez Chris, which is you, what was your favorite episode / video you helped make?
And we're going to talk about this year. I guess we're talking about 2021, so this year. Man, I got to say, Poor Life of Rich was pretty fun. I think my favorite episode, it was probably the last one. What was the... I know that the 5th episode was the D&D video. Was that the one where I was calling you and bugging you when you were busy? I think so, because you were...
so, yeah.
Yeah. So I would say that was my my favorite video that I helped make. I probably just stole Richie's answer because that was like... But anyway, what about you, Rich? What was your
I don't know.
The
question was for you, so we're gonna
keep on going.
Let's see here. Is this Super Mario News Live? Yes and no.
Hello and welcome to Super Mario News Live.
In the sense that we have played the characters of Mario and Luigi, and this is kind of this isn't really newsy. This is just kind of like a whatever stream, but we're gonna say yes and no for that.
Where the news comes last.
Kalen says, I'm using this as a procrastination excuse to do my homework. You're welcome.
By the way, welcome to Dan Erickson and Xander Brow, our members, as well as Killjoy, who I saw earlier in the chat. Very nice. So back to other interesting games of the year, because I got another one I want to talk about that I thought was pretty cool.
There's Killjoy. Okay. Sure. What next?
So there was a game that came out earlier this year. I know you played it a little bit, Rich, but I don't think you liked it as much. But Valheim. Tell me in the chat below, did any of you guys and gals play Valheim? Because, oh my gosh, that was such a fun game. I got sucked into that game for like a month at the beginning of the year. And then during the fall, I went back and I played it again. But basically, I would describe it as Minecraft with Vikings, but with way less crafting. Is that a
That's
fair,
how I
fair
described it, and I think you stole my answer for that.
Totally stole it. But the thing that made that game fun was you could do a lot of the aesthetic was really cool. Like being in the Viking world, it was like an indie studio, so you could tell it was like a passion project. The music was really good. You felt like sometimes you'll play a video game where you will just get lost in the world and you'll get completely immersed. And I would say I've had that feeling with Red Dead Redemption. I've had that feeling with World of Warcraft. And I think the last time I had that feeling was Breath of the Wild. So it's very rare that you have a game that just like totally sucks you in.
Very rare.
But I really liked that quite a bit.
There's a Banjo-Kazooie Rareware joke somewhere in there, but let's see. What do you think of Kingdom Hearts 3? I mean, what an interesting question here in 2021, because I believe, I'm trying to remember, didn't Kingdom Hearts 3, I want to say Kingdom Hearts 3 came out in like 2018, 2019? I don't remember. It's like that's how disconnected I am. Like I did play and beat Kingdom Hearts 3, but I think it's probably my least favorite of the Kingdom Hearts series. Probably Kingdom Hearts 2 is my favorite. Kingdom Hearts 3 was just so far up its own ass. So convoluted. And about 10 years too late to boot.
Did they even finish it, or is it like coming out in multiple parts?
What, Kingdom Hearts 3? Oh, it's out. I mean, that's the whole game.
Okay. I'm thinking of Final Fantasy VII Remake. That's the one that still has multiple
Final
parts,
Fantasy VII
right?
Remake, we only got like the first 10% of that game, and who knows when we're getting more of that.
Yeah. There we go.
Oh yes, oh yes. Are you guys looking forward to No Way Home? Yeah. So fun story. I still don't have my ticket for that. I have not been to a movie theater since 2019. Some of you have remember I've made a big stink about, even before COVID. Like I made a big stink about like movie theaters and down with them because it's we're living in the future and everything should be streamed to a television. But yeah,
You
unfortunately,
can't recreate a movie theater chemical reaction, Rich.
unfortunately, you have to see it in a movie theater. I do not have my ticket yet. Might be a little hard to get, but I am hoping to see it on opening night somewhere. Even if I have to go to a crappy theater in Midtown or something, I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out.
I'm looking forward to it too. It should be exciting.
Are you guys gonna play Final Fantasy 16? I mean, I know I will. Oh, what's this? The Pizza Fairy has brought me a pizza. Why, thank you, Pizza Fairy.
I didn't know just chatting with Rich and Chris just turned into just eating with Rich and Chris watching jealously.
Oh, a lovely ham and pineapple just for me.
Oh, that looks delicious.
Brought
Is
to you by
that Domino's?
Yeah.
Very nice. Domino's is pretty tasty. Next up on Just Chatting with Rich and Chris, a pizza tier list of all of our favorite local pizza. Just kidding.
Actually, that would be good.
We might do that. Anyway, cool. By the way, welcome to everybody who just jumped in. Basically, we're just kind of chatting about 2021 and loosely talking about some of our favorite video games that came out this year, but also happy to talk about other stuff as well. Cool. So Final Fantasy 16, that has, I've been so out of the loop on Final Fantasy. 16 has not come out yet, right?
No, I don't think so.
Does it even have a release date?
It should.
Okay.
If it does, I don't know it. I haven't been paying attention to the video game news as much. I work for a comic book company, and so I know about comic books. But
yeah. This is actually a great time to mention Final Fantasy. So Final Fantasy, what was the big expansion that came out this year? Was it A Realm Reborn for 14? Am I mixing that up?
No, A Realm Reborn, that was years ago.
What was the big update that came out this year?
I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember what that was called, though.
Well, anyway, here's what's interesting. So in gaming news, for those of you that follow Blizzard and World of Warcraft, Blizzard had a lot of controversy, and I mean a ton of controversy this year. It isn't worth going into, but it made people very, very upset. You're scruffing your mic there.
Sorry, I got some pizza sauce on my mic because I'm shoving the pizza in my mouth. I'm trying to clean it off. I apologize for the sound.
Anyway, so long story short, a lot of people who played World of Warcraft, like Asmongold and a bunch of other big Twitch streamers, switched from World of Warcraft to Final Fantasy 14, and I just thought that was kind of interesting. That was definitely like a big event that happened this year, and it was just kind of interesting, like how well received the game was. The funny thing is, I never played Final Fantasy 14, but I watched a lot of videos of people talking about it and how it compared to World of Warcraft and other MMOs. So that was really big that happened this year. Oh, another big MMO that came out this year was New World, the Amazon Game Studios game. That was the Conquistador one. I actually did play that a little bit. That one was really fun, but I ended up just going back to World of Warcraft because that's kind of all I know, and I'm like a one-trick pony when it comes to MMOs. So it was fun for a little bit. Anyway.
All right. If a big movie exec came to you guys with like $1 billion, which is that it would be the biggest movie budget of all time, would you guys make a stupid Mario Bros movie for theaters or do an actual, I think, show akin to something like on AMC, like an hour-long episodes? So the only executive that could come to us with this permission would be Nintendo themselves. But they are already making a official Mario movie over at Illumination Entertainment. I'm going to rephrase this question a little bit. If a movie executive came to me with let's call it a reasonable movie budget of like, say, $30 million, I would just make, I'm already writing a movie script. It's not going to cost $30 million, but with a $30 million budget, I could make it awesome and have a chance of getting it into actual movie theaters. So that's what I would do with that money. Well, that's what I would do with about 10 million of that. and the other 20 million I would spend on frivolous things. Yeah, something along those lines.
I feel like the Mario series could work really well as like a webisode weekly television show, even if you did it like serious. Like
Dan Erickson really wants us to know about Spider-Man Miles Morales, which came out last year in 2020. It was good. It was good. That's all I have to say about it. Xander Brow says, can't wait for Board of the Rings sequel, lol. Sorry, Xander Brown, never going to happen.
And thank you for the $2 super chat. Appreciate that. And for those of you that don't know what that is a reference to, a long, long time ago, Rich and I, when we were in high school, did a video parody of Lord of the Rings called Board of the Rings, which is not on YouTube. Well, maybe little pieces. If you look, you could probably find it, but we don't actively promote it because a lot of our jokes were off color back then, and I'll leave it at that. But thank you, Xander. So
what's the movie going to be called? I don't know yet. I typically don't like to give movies or anything for that matter a title until it's all done, until it's finished.
What are you guys talking about?
Sometimes I don't even title things until they're online.
I was going to say it already has a title and it was made in 2009. It's called Stupid Mario Bros. The Movie, Act 1 and Act 2.
Oh, sure.
Ooh, that's
all-time favorite Marvel movie. At this point, I feel like it's pretty easy. It's probably just Thor Ragnarok for me at this point.
I'm going to go with Doctor Strange. I love Thor Ragnarok, but I rewatched Doctor Strange recently, and the ending, the Dormammu, I've come to bargain, still holds up so freaking good.
I've got the poster right here.
Oh, you do? That's I didn't even notice that until you. Wow. Okay, because you were blocking it, but now, yeah, yeah, that's really cool. I think. Oh yeah, thank you, Dan. I think Dan gave us a super chat without a comment, but thank you very much, Dan. That was very generous of you.
Let's see. There was a Lord of the Rings game announced at Game Awards.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
I actually still have not looked up what was announced at the Game Awards. Yeah. I know that there was a trailer for the live action Halo show coming to Paramount Plus, and I did watch that trailer. That looks awesome.
I completely missed all the Game Awards stuff, but thanks for the reminder. I need to like watch all the highlights of that tonight.
Let's see if you can understand this, Chris. Chaos Rumble super chatted and says, question bothering me. The stupid Mario Brothers interactive videos, Wario's Path, choosing the rapper part, was Matt actually yelled at by the other rapper, or did you ask them to help? That was actually my friend. Yeah, that was my friend Bradley. He was acting. None of that was real in any sense.
Yeah, no, Brad's one of our friends. He helped us out. Usually he helped behind the scenes because when we made what was it, the clicking noise back in 2011, he helped a whole bunch on the set. But yeah, that was one of our real life friends. So that was yeah.
That was a good time.
Yeah. The interactive adventure, by the way, if you guys ever want to watch it, Rich did a really good like mashup where he combined everything together so you could watch it in one sitting. And I'm pretty sure we did a live reaction to it either this year or last year. That was fun. So yeah, you can go watch that. But thank you, Chaos, for the super chat. That was very generous of you.
My apologies for my
you're eating. No, it's cool.
My sloppy pizza eating.
I can while you're chewing, I was going to say another video game that came out this year, bringing it back to best games of 2021. If you guys have not played the new Super Mario Mario Party All Stars, Mario Party Superstars, whatever the Mario Party mashup game is, that game is so fun. Love it.
Cold Wars has super chatted and says, "What happened to the Samurai Shampoo interactive adventure?" Well, for several really good reasons, we took it off the channel.
I think technically it's still in private mode. What happened was there was a period of time where we went back and we privated a lot of videos for various reasons. It technically still exists. So I suppose Rich and I could have an offline conversation about bringing some of those back, but it does still exist.
This one.
Not this one. All right. I forget why we took that.
I mean, there's a couple reasons. The most important thing I think is that I don't think it's a good reflection of our best work. And honestly, I was a little bit worried that it could come off as culturally insensitive, and so had to take it down.
That's a really good point. Sorry about that. Unfortunately, when you're on YouTube for 15 years, sometimes you gotta cancel your own stuff before you get canceled. So that's why several of our videos are in private now. But good question, and thank you for the super chat.
Hope that answered your question. Next question, Chris.
All right. I see you guys are having fun with with the Stream Elements chatbot. Yeah, for those of you just jumping in now, we do have a chatbot. So if you type in !like, !blooper. In fact, I'm pretty sure !20 also does something too.
Question for the both of you. Thank you, Brooke. If you had to make a series on anything, what would it have been other than the ones you made? Well, we had often talked about making a Legend of Zelda show independent from Stupid Mario Brothers. Unfortunately, it's like we kind of got around the whole Mushroom Kingdom thing by just having Mario and Luigi live in the real world and that being a big part of the plot. Couldn't really do that again with Link. And so I just thought there was probably no way with a shoestring budget that we could do Hyrule any kind of justice. So yeah, it just didn't happen.
You know, I'll say this. If we could go back in time and have done another series, maybe one that was a little bit more serious, if we had done a King Arthur miniseries, since that was kind of our roots with like a King Arthur parody, I feel like that would have been super fun.
Oh, you mean like an actual King Arthur series and not just a dumb one?
Yeah, like if we had like, you know, done it like a serious take on it with action and whatnot. I feel like that could have been like super fun. Just
very,
a random thought.
very, very interesting point.
Good question
there.
though. How's that pizza, Rich? Was that I didn't see what flavor it was. Was it Hawaiian?
Oh yes, ham pineapple. Yeah,
very nice, very nice.
The pizza of champions. Yes. All right. Chris, do you have any favorite music you've listened to this year?
Oh, that's a good question. One moment, please. Let me pull up Spotify. There's a lot of, so I've gotten into a thing where I listen to stuff I've already listened to. So I did a lot of repeats, but let me see if I have any new music that came out this year that I really like. Oh man, this is tough. I was listening to a lot of The Weeknd this year, like Blinding Lights and Save Your Tears. Those were really catchy. Man, what else was I into? I listened to some Tame Impala, but their last album came out, I think, a couple years ago or a year ago. I don't know. So when it comes to music, I used to listen to a lot of new stuff, but now I've kind of gotten into the habit of listening to a lot of old stuff that came out a long time ago. So like, I really like Michael Jackson because I like 80s music. I like Tears for Fears. I like Phil Collins, like that kind of, you know, Hall & Oates, like 70s, 80s. Like I really like that kind of stuff. And then there's like the indie alt rock scene that I really like Foster the People kind of being like the band that made that sound for like 2010s alt rock. So it's a little bit tough for me to say what I liked this year because most of the stuff I've been listening to has been older stuff. And I have to credit Rich for basically influencing like 80% of my musical taste because Rich was always way more into music than I was and showed me a lot of new bands. So yeah.
Question from Blaze Fire Dragon. What made you want to do the please subscribe voice? I don't know if anything made me want to do it. I think it just like in the search for figuring out a good bookend for videos, I think it just kind of naturally came about. Honest answer, I don't remember.
You know, the funniest one you ever did, and I might have mentioned this before on a live stream, but there was one time where you said, I'm not going to do the voice because I don't do it as good, but it was please subscribe. It's free and easy. Every time you subscribe to Rich Alvarez, you get a free trip to participating dentists. Oh, wait, sorry, no one's participating. And then there was like an awkward pause, and then you were like, sorry. I don't know why I just thought that was fun because you hear about these participating things all the time, but what if no one's participating? And Rich probably made that up at like 3 a.m. So anyway.
If y'all ever entered Saber Comp, I would gladly edit for nostalgia on saber duels. Don't quite understand Xander Brow, but
Is
thank you
saber
for your
comp
super
some
chat.
kind of a lightsaber competition? I'm assuming that's what that is. Some kind of a competition where people do
But
like lightsaber battles.
I mean, I could also edit my own lightsabers, but but thank you.
But do you want to, Rich?
No, but I wouldn't want to do that at all, probably.
But thank you, Xander, for the super chat. That was very generous of you, and appreciate the offer to do lots of tedious rotoscoping because we know that takes forever. And
Here's
tell
an
us what
interesting question.
saber comp is, because we've never heard that.
I've been curious, says Killjoy. Every King Arthur movie / show has something different that strays away from the OG legend. What would you guys have changed if you made a serious King Arthur project? That's such a good question, Killjoy, because it really eats away at my soul when I watch because I'm a big Arthur nerd. You know, I love King Arthur lore and the legends, and it really eats away at my soul when I watch a show or movie where they do stray away. And that is why my favorite Arthur movie of all time is Excalibur, because it's the only Arthur movie that dares to tie up most of the lore together and does it as faithfully as possible. Because, man, when they start doing all kinds of weird stuff, and I won't get into it because everybody has done their own thing, it's like, I don't know, just like that's I'm afraid that I do suffer a little bit from that. That's not how that's supposed to be. And I don't know why. I should probably get out of that attitude on a lot of things, but for Arthur especially, I just wish we could have a nice remake of Excalibur that went even deeper into the lore. That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, Excalibur is really good. If you guys need like one King Arthur movie to watch, that is like the best.
Xander Brow clarifies. Thank you, Xander Brow. Yes, Saber Comp is on Discord and YouTube every year. If you ever seen Ryan vs. Dorkman, that's what it started.
Oh, that's cool. Ryan vs. Dorkman is actually what got Rich into lightsaber editing. That's hella cool. I remember those are good.
Yeah, I've hurt my back a couple of times on set. During the filming of Stupid Mario Legacy, which was technically the second Stupid Mario film that most of you should watch if you haven't watched it, back in 2017. Garrett, as Rathnar, was fighting himself, but it was actually his brother Mason in the Omega Rathnar costume, accidentally cut open his brother's finger, and Mason had to get like 17 stitches and still has low feeling in that finger. So yes, we've been injured on set and it's bad.
And that's why you should be very, very, very careful when you film with any kind of weapons that are sharp. I was not there that day, but man, that was scary.
Solar Wishbone Studio says, do you have any more plans for future films? Well, I'm so glad you asked, because as I've been stating on these streams, I am in the middle of writing a screenplay for a comedy that I'm writing that hopefully will see the light of day at some point in the future. And we'll get to that when we get to that, but it's probably a long way off because I only write about 2 pages every week because boy, am I busy with everything else going on in my life. But someday we will have a movie, hopefully.
Good question.
Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, Brooks says we also know the famous blooper, the one where a certain blood red ninja breaks his back. Yes, that was a true thing.
For some reason, Matt always got such a kick out of that.
Yeah. The blood red. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'm looking back at top video games of the year to see if anything else interesting came out this year that I missed.
Did we talk about favorite shows already? Might have even done that last time.
We sort of touched on it last time, but if you want,
the correct answer is Loki. But I did want to specify that the Hawkeye show is way better than I thought it would be. I mean, come on, Hawkeye's like nobody's favorite Avenger. Although Jeremy Renner is, an excellent actor and he plays it well. The show itself, it's very Christmassy with the action. It's got a very cool, like, Die Hard sort of feel to it because of that. And much of the show does focus on the new Kate Bishop character played by Haley Steinfeld. And it's a really great show. It's got a lot of good little Easter eggs in there so far, a couple surprise cameos, and just just a really cool show. I think it might even be my second favorite show after Loki this year.
Whoa,
So
that good, huh?
I mean,
Dang.
it's just been really fun and a blast so far. So I'm really enjoying it.
Okay, there you go.
My favorite movie this year is going to be Spider-Man No Way Home. Even though it's a movie I haven't seen, it's just bound to be my favorite movie.
Give me 1 second. I got to remember what came out this year. Top movies of 2021.
Mark Gray says, hey guys, how you doing? Big fan of yours in Kentucky, but I grew up in New Hampshire and a huge fan of the Super Mario Bros. Series. You guys did love you guys.
Well, thank you, Mark. That was very generous of you. Yeah, I don't have an answer for favorite movie. I don't even think I saw that many movies this year. So I'll have to get back to you on that.
Yes, Nacho Taco. In anything I ever make that is Arthur related, I will play Merlin. That you can count on that. Did you guys watch Tick Tick Boom? I'm actually about 30 minutes into that movie. I started watching it last night, but then I think I fell asleep. But it is really good so far. It is.
That's the one with Andrew Garfield about Rent, right?
So here's a little backstory. So he plays Jonathan Larson in the movie, and who is the creator of Rent. I don't want to spoil too much if you guys don't know the real life story, but basically it's sort of biographical. It's the story of the man that created Rent and his struggles in trying to do so. It's kind of one of those, it's like he struggled for a long time, and they're like, well, what are you going to do with your life? He's like, I'm going to change the way that we present musical theater. And they're like, oh, that's cute. And everyone, like that's kind of like the theme of the movie. They're like, what are you trying to show us? It's like, is this a rock concert? Is it a musical? He's like, why can't it be both? So it's a real, if you ever wanted to, like, because after Rent, musical theater is different. So it's a great movie if you're interested in the history of that, and I recommend it to all of my musical theater friends. And yeah, Andrew Garfield, as usual, is amazing. He's not the amazing Spider-Man, but he is amazing in the movie.
I was going to say that's Netflix, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
What are your hopes for Spider-Man No Way Home? I mean, I'm just hoping it's good, and I know it's going to be good. So, yeah. Here we go. Any plans for merch, SMB, JMK, or your channel merch? We've had a lot of different merch in the past from several different companies, and every time that we do merchandise, I never feel like it sells well. Is that fair? Because we had like the District Lines thing, and then we had like the, I don't know,
the Cafe
stuff.
Press, JMK
Cafe
stuff.
Press.
I think Rich and I should probably have like a talk about
maybe we never marketed it well, because I think in my experience, like, I'm always afraid to like market it heavily, because it's like, oh, buy my stuff, and it's like that never feels good to just say that and do that. So we've had merchandise in the past, we've just probably done a lousy job of marketing it, unfortunately. And I mean, I think you can still buy some Rich Alvarez show stuff on the channel. It's like connected to the new like YouTube shop, and when I say new, I mean it's like 3 years old now. But I don't know.
If you guys have any clever ideas for merch or something you think would be like a creative t-shirt idea, post it in the Discord, because we pay attention to that. And yeah, we haven't really put that much attention on the merch, but if you guys had something that you thought would be like a really cool t-shirt, like, let us know. We're open to suggestions.
Squirtle all over my face, says Daddy. Here's a good question that I know we both can't answer. Rich and Chris, what did you think of the revealed trailer for Sonic the Hedgehog 2 during the Game Awards? I haven't watched that trailer
I haven't watched it yet either.
I know, I'm so bad.
Yeah.
But I saw pictures of it, and people said that Idris Elba as the voice of Knuckles is something to behold. So I can't wait. I did really enjoy the first Sonic the Hedgehog movie, and so I am looking forward to the new one, and I will watch the trailer as soon as we're done with this stream.
Very nice. Thanks for the reminder on that.
Kayla says merch idea: masks. I mean, everybody's selling masks. You get a nice mask of my face, so it's like your face and then my face, and maybe it's my face wearing a mask.
Oh shoot! Somebody. Okay, maybe the comment went away. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Tommy Fungus shirts. Wait, was
so Johnny Mushroom in the Kingdoms was our band, and Tommy Fungus in the Dungeons was the Wario and Waluigi competitive band.
I didn't even remember that. What a reference!
That we only did that one time, and I think episode 22. So that's a throwback. And thank you.
Are you guys excited for Jurassic World 3? Yes. I mean, Jurassic Park is probably still my favorite movie of all time. Maybe.
It's a good movie.
Did you guys see the new Resident Evil movie that came out recently? What did you guys think? I didn't even know that was out yet. That's Welcome to Raccoon City. I did not know that was out yet. I don't know how I keep missing these things. Chris, this is why I got to have the Rich Alvarez show be a thing, so that way I'm on top of the news.
To what's going on. Gosh, I haven't watched a Resident Evil movie in years.
We need some Chris Muller news where it's all about Chris and sometimes about Chris merch.
About Chris merch. Thank you, Mega Shadow.
No, I was gonna say, well, like. So previous Resident Evil movies have been garbage because they had very little to do with the Resident Evil video games. This new movie, by the way, Welcome to Raccoon City, is a reboot that takes place during the first and second games. And so it's kind of it's attempting to bring it back to the actual world of the video games.
Okay, interesting.
Which is promising, although people have had complaints about some casting choices and whatever. I'm going to be the judge of it myself. Thank you. But I will watch that soon. I need to catch up on several things. I have been kind of living under a rock for the past couple of months, so I've got to catch up on stuff.
That's okay. Plenty of time to catch up.
Matthew Crochet says, is there a way for me to see Spider-Man away from home? Now, do you mean, because the one that's out right now, or that's about to come out, is No Way Home. The one that came out last time was called Far From Home. I think that's what you mean. Is there a way for me to see Spider-Man Far From Home? See, unfortunately, this is one of those things. On Disney Plus, you can watch every single MCU movie that's ever come out except for Spider-Man Homecoming and Spider-Man Far From Home, because technically those movies are produced by Sony. It's the only character whose movie rights aren't owned by Marvel Disney, because Sony is the devil. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. I would love to work for Sony. What I mean is that Sony Pictures should probably loosen up and give those rights back to Marvel, because he is a Marvel character in various reasons. But anyways, there is no way. As far as I know, the only way to see it is to rent it off of like Amazon.
Oh, weird.
You have to pay some money. How did you guys view that movie? That was probably
in theaters.
That was 2019. I did see it in theaters. I saw it in theaters 2 years ago. Let's see here. Also a shirt of rapper Wario. Water Wars 3. Maybe someday.
I have always wanted to do that, but I don't know. I feel like maybe too much time
Both
has
Spider-Man Homecoming and Far From Home are on Netflix UK. Well, I know the UK's got some stuff we don't.
You know how there's always like YouTubers and like people that are trying to pitch like NordVPN? Well, we're not sponsored, but that's the one thing that would be helpful. If you have a VPN, you can switch your location, then you can watch stuff. So there you go. Not sponsored. Want to be sponsored.
That's right. Just started playing Paper Mario on the Nintendo Switch online today. Brings me back.
Oh, is that Paper Mario 64? Or
which Paper Mario?
Yeah. Oh, because the Nintendo Switch recently made it so that there's a bunch of 64 games, I think, on like the virtual console, right? Something like that. I think that happened recently. Anyway, yeah, Paper Mario, very fun. That was a good game. I only played the first one a little bit. I played the 1000-Year Door on the GameCube a lot more. That was a good game.
Very good, very good. I remember 1000-Year Door. Yes, the original Paper Mario on the 64.
Nice. Good times. Good times. Oh, do we lose Rich? I think we lost Rich. Okay, well, I guess it's just me. Okay, I can't click stuff because Rich was in charge, but I see Impossible Kid just super chatted $10 and said from Mona. Thank you. Hey, you're back. Where'd you go?
That was so weird. It like cut out for me for a second, but I'm so glad that you are here.
I kept going. It sounded like you clicked something. Did you accidentally hit something on your mouse?
I might have. I don't know.
Well, I'm glad you're back. We got a super chat, by the way, if you want to click that from Impossible
Mona.
Kid.
Yeah.
Thank you, Impossible Kid. Yeah, it turned into Chris Muller news there for a second, where it's all about Chris and sometimes without Rich.
About Chris.
That's pretty good.
Let's play Assassin's Creed Ezio Collection. Probably not. I've already played all those games and I don't need to play them again.
Fun games though. I'll give you that.
The first Assassin's Creed is pretty rough at this point. Oh boy. Chris, why do this always happen to you?
About you disappearing and me being by myself? Well, it only happened once before, and that was YouTube
just
News,
now.
Chris Muller News. But that was my doing.
How many people played Decius during the original Super Mario Bros. Movie? Well, I think it was just Chris, and then maybe sometimes me in the costume if like Chris was Luigi during those double scenes.
Yeah, I think you jumped in once or twice, and Doug maybe jumped in, but that could have also been a King Arthur thing.
Did you guys see the news today about the tornado outbreak in Kentucky this morning? We had it terrible. I live a few hours from the worst hit places.
Oh, I did hear about that. That was really bad. Yeah.
Sorry about that. Unfortunately, I don't watch the news or read the news, so I don't ever hear about anything until Chris tells me that like something has happened.
Yeah, I hope you're safe, Mark, along with your friends and family, because that is really scary.
Nacho Taco, my favorite Mario RPG game is Super Mario RPG.
Oh yeah, did we ever stream Mario RPG like randomly once a long time ago, or am I imagining?
Once a long time ago.
Yeah, this is a good game.
Hey, here's a good question for you, Chris, because I know my answer. Do you think a hot dog is a sandwich?
Okay, this is so funny that you did this because I was just watching a Ludwig video talking about it, and I have a pretty good answer.
Matt Pat has an incredible food theory video all about it.
Okay, well, let me give you the Ludwig answer. The answer is no, because it would be closer to a taco because the bread's connected. A sandwich, the two pieces of bread have to be separate. Once you connect it and it's one piece of bread, a hot dog is closer to a taco than a sandwich.
Interesting.
That's the Ludwig answer. What's the answer?
Where did he get that interesting little tidbit about the bread needing to be disconnected?
Oh, did he steal that from Matt Pat?
No, I'm just saying like that's not a real thing. So where did he get that?
But it's a persuasive argument.
Is it a persuasive argument or is that just an opinion?
It's a persuasive opinion. I mean, is it a sandwich if you only have one piece of bread?
I think that the thing is that the bun is only connected by thin tissue of bread.
All right, sounds like you're upset because your answer was yes.
I always separate my buns to fit more stuff in.
Well, I'll say this:
become
that's
a sandwich at that point.
So that's actually the best rebuttal because if you separate the bun, then suddenly it is a sandwich, according to my theory. But what was the gist of the Matt Pat thing?
See, I would argue that a Hot Pocket, all corners of the bread are connected, and yet they are still called Hot Pocket sandwiches because it is meat and cheese stuffed into a bread-like substance. Doesn't matter if it's connected or not. A hot dog is a sandwich. A hot dog is technically a sandwich.
It's a taco. That's hilarious. There's a bunch of random questions like that.
Typically that trick people up. Made out of a corn-based, corn-based. If once it is a wheat-based bread product, it is a sandwich.
I got a better one for you, Rich. Is cereal soup?
No, because milk is not a broth.
Milk is not a broth. Couldn't it be a broth though?
No, because it's not a slow simmered bone or meat entity going into water. It is a natural component found in cow's milk.
All right, fair enough. Hope you guys got a kick out of that one. Who knew the most controversial part of the Rich Alvarez live Q&A was over food?
Just according to, and this is the point that Matt Pat was making, according to the Webster's dictionary, a sandwich is by definition meat and or cheese stuffed into bread. Didn't say anything about it, the bread being connected, disconnected, 2 pieces, 1 piece. It just said stuffed into bread.
Stuff into bread. Okay.
So a hot dog is a sandwich.
Okay. Is a taco a sandwich?
If it's a flour tortilla, you could argue it's a sandwich. I would also argue, as part of me is south of the border, I would argue that a soft taco is not a real taco.
We're going to need to go to the next question.
A taco is a hard corn shell. If it's not that, it's not a taco. You are eating a burrito, which could technically also be a sandwich.
What a great question, Mega Shadow. You got us on quite the tangent.
Yeah. All right, next question. I'm just going through here. We got some new people in here all of a sudden.
Yeah, thank you to everybody who tuned in. Be sure to give this video a like if you haven't already.
Dr. Gulnaz Khan says hello.
Hello. Thanks for joining.
Arc11 says, can a hot dog not be a sandwich nor a taco, please?
It needs to be its own category of meat.
Killjoy says, as all of me is south of the border, I'm honestly
And that's how Richie and Chris stop being friends and Killjoy stop being a fan of Rich Alvarez.
For an easy sandwich, Rich is peanut butter, Chris is jam, and Matt is the slices of bread. I don't quite understand, but okay. Cool. Join us next time as we discuss in details further the detailings of what makes a sandwich a sandwich.
I've got another question like that if you want another ridiculous one, or we could save it.
What?
How many holes does a straw have? 1 or 2?
I see what you're going to do with that.
You see,
because technically
the
technically the bottom hole is in a substance, right? So I would say sometimes it has 2, sometimes it has 1. It depends on what is functionally happening.
So this is another question I stole from Ludwig. The answer is it's 1 hole that's just very long. Doesn't matter how much distance there is.
Okay. All right. You got to stop watching Ludwig.
I've become a fan of Ludwig ever since he moved to YouTube.
Yes, I do sometimes play D&D. It's been a minute, though. Yep. Kaylin says 1 singular long hole. 1 hole.
There you go.
Okay. All right. Do you consider a soft drink pop or soda? Well, here in California, we call it soda. The only people I ever hear call it pop are in movies or people on the East Coast. Hey, do you want some pap?
Yeah, soda all the way in California.
Mudkip has always been my favorite Pokemon.
Charizard for me. I know that's cliche, but what can I say?
Super basic.
Mudkip's dumb, Richie.
Kaylin says, I have another dad joke. Want to hear it? Absolutely. Got to fill time somehow. We are waiting.
There's probably a delay. We should
You should ask me another dumb question.
I used up all my goofy Ludwig questions. I gotta think. I'm surprised the cereal one went so quick because I thought soup was just liquid and food.
Well, that's where you're wrong because sometimes it's neither a soup nor cereal. Sometimes it's a stew. I did have this discussion months ago with Faith, actually, the difference between a soup, a chowder, and a stew.
Oh, okay.
But Chris, that would be
way different than cereal.
That would be a whole nother conversation.
Okay, here we go. Kaylin posted it.
What does a baby computer call his father? Data.
It's like data.
Data.
Yeah. Data.
Cool.
Daddy.
I like
okay.
it.
Nice. Very nice.
Have you guys seen Food Theory's video of what makes a sandwich a sandwich? Yes, that's what I was referring to with Matt Pat. You know, so
I gotta watch that now.
Matt Pat is game theory, film theory, and food theory now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna head out for reasons not related to the hot dog thing, probably. I hope you guys have a nice day. God bless.
Take care. See you, Nacho Taco.
Who's the biggest celebrity that you have met, if you met any? Haha.
Oh, this is actually a really good question.
We met Miyamoto. He's pretty big, but
shoot, that's actually bigger than what I was going to say.
I think you met Mark Ruffalo. I was in the bathroom at the time. You know,
I met Mark
the Incredible
Ruffalo
Hulk himself
at VidCon, but I think meeting Miyamoto is cooler because we met Miyamoto at E3 2015, and man, that was really cool.
Boneless wings, Killjoy.
Oh yeah, boneless all the way. I don't know why people like wings with bones because you just get more on boneless. Anyway,
well, some people like the real feeling of meat on the bone.
Real feeling of meat on the bone, beer. Sorry, I couldn't help be snarky.
If you boil the cereal in milk before eating it, is it considered a broth? I don't know, man. That's up to your discretion.
Coming in with the real questions.
Let's see here. Am I getting this right? Want to know what the Wii is really called? It was not called the Nintendo Wii. I beg to differ, because that's what it was called in the press conferences.
Oh, Rich, could you click on Cam's comment? Cam Steady.
What, can I have a hug?
That's our friend Cam from Video Game Rap Battles. Thanks for stopping by, Cam.
Virtual hugs. Virtual
and the answer
hug.
is yes. You can have a virtual hug.
Is pizza a sandwich? Well, it depends.
If you fold it,
it's a sandwich. Yeah.
Wait, doesn't that technically turn it into a calzone?
Which is also a sandwich, Chris.
I'll get back to you on that. Killjoy said, "I'm never coming back here again."
Ham or turkey on Thanksgiving, whatever is in front of my face.
Usually it's turkey on Thanksgiving and ham on Christmas. At least that's how my family has done it.
It's called the Revelation console. Not really sure what you're referencing with that.
Oh, was that the Wii used to be called like Project Revolution or something?
I don't know. If it was just if anything, it was just a code name. Don't worry about it. Hi, Crazy Hannah.
Hello, Hannah.
Pizza dough is a type of bread dough. Therefore, pizza is technically an open-faced sandwich and not an open-faced savory pie.
I like how this started as a 2021's best video games, and it turned into the nuances of differences between food.
It honestly, it doesn't matter.
It's okay, because we said this conversation could go in any direction.
Boy. Oh boy.
Oh, we got a nice comment from Nexus, if you want to click that one.
Hi guys, you are a huge part of my preteens. I can't thank you enough, and thank you for being a fan.
And thank you for still watching.
Let's see. My joke is, why does a GameCube controller feel so cold when you touch it? Because it's made from cube, and because it has the word cube in the name.
Like an ice cube? That's a stretch, Joe.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one, but good job.
But thanks for trying.
All right, non-food question, favorite colors. Actually, this right here, this dark, like it's not quite, because navy blue is like black almost. This is a dark blue that you can't really see the color on stream very well. This is my favorite color right here.
My favorite color is let me see if I can point to it. The color of my room, it's called nautical gray. It's like a bluish gray, like a sea gray. Nautical, being like the ocean. So it's supposed to be the look of the sea on like a foggy day. So Richie and I both like our blues.
I like this question. What's your favorite fighting game other than Smash Bros? Because, but Smash Bros isn't even my favorite fighting game.
It's like again, Ringo isn't even the best drummer in the Beatles.
I haven't even played. I think it's got to have been at least 3 years since I touched Smash Bros. But I do play Street Fighter V all the time. And yeah, favorite fighting game of all time, Street Fighter 2, Super Street Fighter 2, baby.
If I had to pick one other than Smash Bros, I'd say Soul Calibur. I really enjoyed Soul Calibur 2 on the GameCube because it had Link, so it kind of felt like Smash Bros.
Favorite game from the Mario series, probably Super Mario World.
Wait, did we pick World or 64 as number one? I thought we picked 64.
Oh, well, we did pick 64. Well, it's either 64 or World. I don't know.
I was going to say, didn't we make a big deal where we ranked every Mario game? We go back and forth between World and 64.
Idris Elba is a good choice for Knuckles. It's super awesome.
Sometimes it depends on your mood.
My favorite Star Wars game is still Shadows of the Empire, as played best on the Nintendo 64.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to go with Pod Racing, whatever the Pod Racing game was.
Racer, yeah. Now this is Pod Racing.
That was a fun one.
Favorite indie game.
Ooh,
that's real subjective these days.
Does Minecraft count? Isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, because it's like Mojang was technically an independent company. It wasn't even bought by Microsoft until several years into like Minecraft being a game. My favorite indie game is Minecraft. And you can take that.
My
to the
favorite
bank.
indie band is the Beatles. You probably haven't heard of them.
That was no.
That was only true for like before they got famous. I'm just teasing you.
Favorite Star Wars movie is The Empire Strikes Back. Easy.
My favorite indie game is Banished, which is you probably haven't heard of, but it's a very fun game. Star Wars movie, yeah, same as Rich.
Five Nights at Freddy's, yes, we even played it on this channel once upon a time. Have you guys played Journey before? I have. It was very good. Well, a game doesn't have to be free to be indie. I think Minecraft has always, actually, at least as long as I've played Minecraft, it's always cost something. But, most indie games will cost you $20-$30 depending. But that doesn't, being free doesn't make a game indie. Being indie means not being made by a major publisher, aka, Square Enix, Bethesda, Microsoft, any of the big publishers, Ubisoft. If it was made by a company you've never heard of, it's probably an independent game. And back then, Mojang was an independent company out of what? Norwegian, Switzerland, Sweden. It was Norwegian. I don't know. It's one of the. It was made over there somewhere. I can't remember. Forgive me. Let's see here. Somebody wants to know where Luigi lives. Chris will not.
The Mushroom Kingdom, of course. Come on.
Okay. Here's one for Chris. Did you fall in love with Breath of the Wild? It's one of my favorite Zelda games since Ocarina of Time.
Oh yeah. If you guys watch our top Zelda games video of all time, which we put a lot of time and effort into in the editing, I never thought I would like a Zelda game more than Ocarina of Time, and I was surprised that Breath of the Wild I now consider my favorite Zelda game. It is so good.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild is my favorite Zelda game of all time, which is crazy to say because usually a game has to be around for a while for it to be considered my favorite of anything. But, I mean, here's the thing. Ocarina of Time will always have the better story, and we did discuss this in that video. Ocarina of Time has the better story, maybe even the better soundtrack. But as a game, Breath of the Wild is objectively a better game.
Better gameplay.
That's kind of like where we drew the line there.
It's subjective, but both are amazing.
My favorite Indiana Jones movie is probably The Last Crusade.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
And why is it Crystal Skull?
No. Oh yeah, good point, Crazy Hannah. I always forget about Skyward Sword. Really, also underrated Zelda game there. Really great. All right. Well, we've been streaming for an hour, Chris. Are we burned out, or what do you?
I think
what do
this
you
is a
do?
good place to wrap up. Yeah, 1 hour is good. But this was really fun. I appreciate you guys asking all those questions, and I had no idea we were going to get so much mileage out of that hot dog sandwich question.
That deserves to be its own video at some point.
So anyway, but yeah, thank you everybody who tuned in. Hope you guys enjoyed this. We kind of just wanted an excuse to just hop on a live stream and chat. Didn't really know what to expect, but I'd say this turned out pretty good. So tune in next time to see what other random food we argue about.
Tune in next time.
And be sure to give this video a like on the way out if you guys haven't already. And this is another reminder to join the Discord. I'll put the link below. That's where we tend to hang out. So you can catch us there. We like to have a good time. But yeah, any final thoughts, Rich?
Nope. Just please subscribe. It's free and easy. Just like subscribing. All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining us. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.
See ya.